What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the 5 biggest mistakes that a crested gecko owner could possibly make. For the first one, we're going to be talking about hiding spots. I see people all over that don't have any hiding spots for their crested gecko. This is very bad because they're nocturnal animals and too much light exposure can lead to stress. Another thing that can lead them to stress is that they are prey animals in the wild and they are constantly hidden so they do not get eaten. This stress can lead to them refusing food. It can also lead to them dropping their tails, poor tank enrichment, lack of natural behavior, and they can't regulate their temperature as good, choosing warmer and cooler spots to maintain body temperature. The last one is that they could technically have a harder time shedding because hides and clutter help create micro humidity spots. This one isn't as big as the others for this one because you should still have a humid box with wet moss for dry periods, so make sure you have as many hides as possible. The bigger the better. But for this topic, bigger isn't always better. I'm talking about too big of a tank for your baby geckos. They can't be in a container any larger than like a shoebox size. Some reasons why are that it is harder for them to find food. Unlike adults, the babies don't know where to look because they don't know where their usual feeding spot is. It's also harder to monitor if they actually are eating. They can also get injured more likely because they jump and fall a lot more than adults. It's also harder to find the actual gecko. For babies, they need more health checkups than adults do for most of the time because they're very young and you might not know if they have any problems or weird habits yet. Lastly, you'd probably need to use moist paper towel substrate for it to be easier to monitor. You are going to have to clean it more often because the towels get messed up and moldy very easily. So it can be much harder if you have too big of a space. Next up, having more than one gecko in one tank at a time. Now you may be thinking, don't you do that and doesn't everybody else do that too? Well, there's a strict set of rules to do this properly. The 2 biggest ones are that you cannot have more than one male in one tank at a time, no matter how big the tank is. Secondly, the tank has to be big enough to house both of them at once, at least 20 gallons per gecko. Also, if you want to breed them, the female can get extremely stressed if she's not ready to breed. How you can tell if she's ready is if she has no health issues, it has been a few months since she has last laid eggs, and she weighs at least 40 to 45 grams, preferably 50. Same thing for males, but they don't need as big of breaks or get as stressed from breeding. Next up, using strong heat lamps. This one is pretty straightforward and it basically means that crested geckos like it very cool compared to other geckos. They require it anywhere from 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're using a heat lamp that is too strong, they can become stressed. So if you are going to use a hot lamp, then pair this up with what I said earlier and take a lot of hiding spots for them to take cover. Lastly, we're going to talk about something that contributes directly to their health and one that is very, very important that people don't really think is that big of a deal, but it is. And this is not giving them a varied diet. Some owners will just feed them bugs or just feed a prepared diet. I feed mine different types of bugs, dusted in calcium powders such as mealworms and crickets. But for the most part, I feed a prepared powdered diet mixed with water, and I feed different flavors from different brands because it is best for them and their health. I hope you found this one helpful to improve your ways of caring for your crested gecko, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.